What's up, everybody? Great to see you. I hope you're feeling good, feeling great, and all that jazz. Glad you're here. I am Stephen M. Kiefer, in case you didn't know that, and I'm going to be the ringmaster for this little sideshow right here, and we're going to get into some more of these conspiracy TikToks. Hey, you bought the ticket? Let's take the ride.
Get in.
But just real quick before we do that, listen, could you mind just hitting that sub button real quick? It's just right down there. It's free. We're already here hanging out like a little fun bunch. It doesn't hurt anything, and I'm telling you straight up, I would do it for you, bro. Okay? And you're probably thinking you look like a bit of a you probably wouldn't, but it's not true one bit. I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way like Jessica Rabbit.
I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way.
Seriously, if you got anything you need followed, no matter what it is, drop it in the comment section, and I got your back like a Tempur-Pedic mattress. Okay? Enough of the panhandling. Let's get right up into this.
Perhaps you've seen it, even been stuck in the middle of it. Mysterious swarms of little flying bugs around New York City. The massive surge of insects suddenly appeared this week. The health department says these insects do not present a known public health risk, but what are they? Where are they coming from? And more importantly, when can we expect them to go? Eyewitness News reporter Marcus Solis went to some bug experts to get the answers.
I don't know. It's like the world's ending.
Let's hope not, but for some it seems like a plague has descended upon the city. Tiny, white, woolly-looking flying insects with green bodies have seemingly come out of nowhere this week.
Man, look at this.
They don't know what they are?
These are bugs, bro. Look, people stopping, bro. It's crazy, man. I'm trying to just go play basketball. Look at this.
You can't play basketball?
It's not just smoke from Canada filling our skies, swarms of insects filling the New York skies. They were simply inescapable. Anyone outside knows that. It may be tough to see the tiny critters on video. I was one of those swarmed by the buggers. They appeared around much of Manhattan and Brooklyn, causing something of a nuisance to anyone outside. The complaints started in small numbers. Some complained that this was a tad like some sort of biblical plague.
Well, given the kind of their translucent yellowish greenish color, that would be aphids. Now they flourish in some shrubbery that's actually west and north of New York State. And you know what? We've had more of a northwest flow the last couple of days. So, you know, have some of those been carrying down into the tri-state area a possibility?
Man, that is bugged out. That's crazy. I never even heard about that. So they just don't know what kind of bugs they are? They keep saying, like, I don't know, these weird little white bugs. How about somebody figure that the hell out? Shit was all in dude's beard and everything. That is... I swear New York City is the testing ground for everything. Let's run the... You know, that thing a couple years ago that was real bad. We couldn't go outside. Run that through NYC as hard as possible. Everything. The smoke? Listen, I'm in West Central Pennsylvania, okay? I'm like 6 hours from Buffalo. Yeah, about 6 hours from Buffalo, maybe like 5.5. And I was in Bradford, Pennsylvania when that smoke first happened. Not to get off topic of the bugs, but I don't really know what to say about them. That's crazy. I'm sure they're probably giving people some kind of disease. Either way, I was up there in Bradford, Pennsylvania. It's about 2 hours from Buffalo. So New York City's about 6 hours in the towards, you know, the Atlantic Ocean. So the other way. So I'm right by Canada. I'm right by Buffalo. I'm right by Toronto. I'm right by all that. And it was smoky. It was white. You could smell something. It smelled odd. But it wasn't orange. It was white. Like, you couldn't see the mountains real well or anything like that. And people were, like, freaking out and acting goofy, and reasonably so. I'm about 2.5 hours away from there, typically, where I live. But it wasn't orange. Nothing was orange. All of a sudden, all of New York City's orange. So what the hell was that? I didn't know about the bugs. Like, what do they do to people in New York City, man? They need to get the hell up out of there, man. Phew. Biblical plagues. Fun stuff.
Beyonce and Jay-Z's daughter, Blue Ivy Carter, has had insane conspiracy theories started about her since the day she was born. But here's the number one craziest theory. Craziest conspiracy theory about Blue Ivy is that she is the next ruler of the Illuminati and the world after Beyonce retires, and she's this demonic protege of sorts. Of course, there's a conspiracy theory that Beyonce never even birthed her, and the whole pregnancy was fake, and she just spawned from the underworld. And people were so afraid of her arrival that churches put out signs that said Beyonce had her baby Satan is on Earth. Lots of people think Blue Ivy is such a random name, but conspiracize that the name actually stands for Born Living Under Evil, Illuminati's very youngest, because she was the youngest person to ever be inducted into the cult. And then she did what everyone was afraid of, which is showing her allegiance to the Illuminati and flashing the Illuminati symbol, making Beyonce so proud. Look at my little Illuminati baby.
My little Illuminati baby. My little Illuminati baby.
Obviously, her mom and her dad are very known for flashing that sign, and people say they're teaching her to flash other dark symbols, just like her parents. Beyonce is purposely pushing her out to the public in music videos, red carpets, being the youngest Grammy winner ever, so she can one day have the most influence in the world and take over Beyonce's spot. And the imagery is definitely there for that, maybe portraying Blue Ivy being the new ruler and her leading the twins. There's a whole bunch of conspiracy theories about them already that I can get to. Before I say the craziest part, make sure you follow so you finally know the craziest conspiracy theories about all your favorite celebrities and request who you want to see next. The craziest part is that conspirators claim that her name spelled backwards, Elub Yivai, could translate to the Latin phrase for daughter of Satan.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. Daughter of Satan. That acronym was crazy, whatever it was. Born, what I forget what it is now. I'm not even going back to check it out, but y'all saw it. That acronym is crazy. And the translation of her name backwards is crazy. So, hell, maybe so. I don't know. I mean, Beyonce, she seems to be a weirdo. She said she was into witchcraft and all that shit. They're all in the club. We know they're in the club. We know they're into goofy stuff. The thing about throwing up the Rock, I mean, Jay-Z's been doing that ever since he came out. He named his record company Rockefeller. Like, he clearly was just influenced by rich people. Is he into something now? Is he in the club now? Absolutely. But that's still, like, his legacy was the Rockefeller sign. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to read too far into him doing that. Now, I guess it probably takes a different connotation. I guess he, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, man, I can't believe I'm... The Secret, you know, he, really? You know what I'm saying. I can't believe... I'm having a brain fart. All right, yeah, they're all in the club. It's all good. At the end of the day, who cares? Don't pay no attention to them. Keep it moving. You know?
Here's some conspiracy theories that I think have passed the level of theory and are true. Women's clothing is designed with little to no pockets for the sole purpose of selling more purses. High-end art is just a scheme to launder money and avoid taxes. Like this one here, sold for $43 million. This one sold for $46 million. This one was $84 million. Someone actually paid $87 million for this. This has got to contribute to inflation in some way. Leaks that happen in the entertainment industry, like with movies, TV shows, video games, are done on purpose
Hold up. I don't want to forget this. Is that why Hunter Biden's an artist all of a sudden? To launder money? I've never heard that. Yo. Okay, start over with this one. Hold up. I got to start painting.
Entertainment industry, like with movies, TV shows, video games, are done on purpose to gauge interest and get opinions before an official announcement. That little bit of dust that comes off the end of tissues when you pull them out of the box is specifically designed to get you to sneeze. That way you need more tissues. The government orchestrates their own conspiracy theories to get us distracted from actual problems.
Well, that last one's obviously true, you know. Well, yeah, we definitely are, you know, propaganda. Hey, think about this, talk about this. You know, like Project Bluebeam, the alien thing when they showed that. So yeah, I think we all know that at this point. And then they create real problems too. Well, I don't know if they're real problems, but we think they are. And then they, you know, they fix it. But that art thing is crazy. I've never understood high-end art. Like, you just splash a bunch of shit on a canvas. It's like, that's worth $300 million fucking dollars. Like, goddamn. If I tried really hard to paint something, they'd be like, dude, you need to fucking quit. Is that why Hitler was so mad he wasn't able to be an artist? Or was that a dancer? Art school? Dance school? Oh, man. That's wild. That's why Hunter Biden's selling art. He's laundering all of his money. Cleaning that shit up. Wow. That's a good thought, lady.
Don't eat chicken anymore, man. Bill Gates is splicing chicken breasts in a lab genetically with dogs. And you know the Euphrates River in Africa? It's drying up. That's a boss river. No more.
That's a boss river.
Yeah, shit on Deborah's desk.
What's up with that? Those two things had nothing to do with each other. But I don't know. I appreciate his info. I don't know what to say about the river. I've heard about it. Dude, that chicken thing freaks me out. With dogs, where'd he get that info? This needs fact checked ASAP Rocky. And I think about chickens, I ain't going to say all the time, but more often than I probably should, because I have an addiction. I have a chicken wing addiction. I'm not proud of it, but I have it, and it's one of my worst vices. I mean, I just can't stay away from chicken wings. I try to be no more than once a week. And then I get to thinking, like, think about even Super Bowl Sunday alone. What is it, like 80 million chicken wings are sold, or I forget how many dozens. It's an astronomical number. Just think of the whole football season. Then think about the United States. How many chicken farms you see?
Look at all those chickens.
I mean, I'm in Pennsylvania. There's a good many, but not that damn many. I've driven across the country, not every part of it. I drove to Dallas once, and there's a lot of farms down through. You get through Arkansas, you get through, but still, you got to have all the cows to supply every McDonald's, Burger King, like, what is in that? I'm getting concerned about the chickens. And some of them, oh, man. I don't know if they're spliced with dogs, but I'm worried about the chickens. It doesn't seem like the number would pan out. You know what I mean? I'm going to still eat them because I like it. So, like, whatever, dude.
Have you heard about Project Bluebeam?
Can you explain it from the beginning? What is this? Because I'm not sure what this is.
I'm gonna butcher it, but basically, like, the idea is that they spent a bunch of money to create these like crazy holograms. Like, that's what 5G is for, is to power them. But they're like holograms that actually they said they can develop holograms that like you can like touch and feel and hear and everything as well. So there's like a running conspiracy theory that like they're trying to like divert attention into quote unquote like fake UFOs, and because like COVID's not distracting us anymore or something.
They're going to fake an alien invasion.
I'm no Bob Lazar, though, so look it up for yourselves.
Oh, yeah, we just talked about that. Yeah, everyone knows about Project Bluebeam. If you don't, I'll throw something up here in the corner, get a little read on it or something. But yeah, fake alien invasion. They've been talking about it for how many years now? Like the 60s, I believe it was. And if you really dig into it, you know, when they did Operation Paperclip, like that's when it all started. After World War II, they brought all the Nazi scientists over. Next thing you know who you'll hear talk about this the most? Eddie Bravo. Look into it, Eddie Bravo. Because that's when, we started having alien everything, space everything. Area 51. Roswell happened not too long after that. And it was just everything UFO. And apparently this has all been a lead up to, I've heard so many different things. They're going to fake Jesus coming out of the sky. So we all think, oh, the Lord has returned, all types of stuff. So I don't know. Who knows? No one's going to believe anything at this point. So I don't know what the hell they're going to do. A hologram you could touch and feel is crazy because Jada Pinkett Smith is going to be dating Tupac again if that's the case. Unbelievable. You ever see that lion down at the Carolina Panthers stadium? Or it's a panther lion. Dude, that thing looks crazy.
What's your crazy tinfoil hat conspiracy theory?
Okay, here we go. This is complete conspiracy. I don't know what I'm talking about, but what I do find interesting, it's a planet flip 90 degree, and that because of it, the Earth essentially does a standstill. The sun will basically stay in the same spot, causing heating like we've never experienced, and that the wind and the waters continue with their momentum. Because essentially the wind travels at approximately 1,000 miles an hour at the equator. So the theory is that when that event happens, it's going to be cataclysmic. And here's the wild thing is that in that document, it says a continental-sized tsunami being 2 miles high.
2 miles high.
Yes. And I'm like, it would make a lot of sense. Like if you look at the Bible and involving like Revelations and it's saying like
6 days.
6 days on the seventh day, God rested. In that document, it says 6 days things start simmering down a bit, and by day 7 things are starting over new. If the details discussed in it are accurate, the reason why we're not seeing the evidence of it is because it flips right back and thus masks the evidence that it ever happened.
Do I look like the stupidest person in the world to you? What? No wonder the girl didn't say anything.
Do we look like the two dumbest guys in the world to you?
She just sitting there like, no. Like, what? So if the poles flip, they're going to flip back so quick that we won't even notice? I'm not even sure what happened, bro. That guy, that was out of my league. I don't even. I'm gonna take his word for it. So the moon, the sun would be in I don't know. If anyone knows what the hell that meant, if you don't mind, let me know. Do me a favor, bro. There's a comment section right down there. So the sun stays in a spot. I don't know. Hope for the best. Speaking of the sun staying in one spot, I'm not really a flat earther. I'm not a flat earther either. I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, I used to be so into aliens and all this stuff to believe in flat earth. You can't believe any of that, but I see their point. I accidentally watched a documentary once and got a little convinced. Like, I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm not saying they're right either. I'm saying I don't know. But the one thing I find weird that you think people would comment on more. So, like, there's a lot of times, and it's happened a lot recently, the moon's just out all day. The moon's just out all day. You can see it. Obviously, the sun's out if it's day, because it's day. So you see the sun, you see the moon. Okay. I'm in the United States, East Coast. What do they see in Australia? If everyone, you know what I mean? So they should see the moon down there.
Pass the word along. Tell the men it's time to shoot the moon. Shoot the moon! Not out there on the microphone. Shoot the moon. Shoot the moon.
If they're on the, the other end or whatever the opposite side of the world is, what do they see? Because there's no way they could see the moon if I see them. How's that a thing? Again, if you have the answers to that, don't bullshit me. Let me know if you don't mind. That'd be great. I'd appreciate it, bro. All right. Cool. Thank you.
If this was an act of nature, like I'm going to give it now the other side, an act of nature, then how did the fires jump from boat to boat?
Yeah, I said that before.
It's just we have to really look at it and ask questions. There's also gigantic tunnels underneath the city. Gigantic tunnels that go 300 feet below. So then the question is what's below the land? Are there minerals below the land? Is there sacred water below the land?
Sacred
water? I
water?
know Hawaii's got tons of water. Hawaii has some of the most pristine water in the world.
Sure.
So when you think about that too, are they trying to go in and take the water? Is there
just
water
do that,
below
though.
the city?
They would just take it.
Or do they want to rebuild it into a 15-minute smart city so that people will move into the agenda that they want? The 15-minute smart city where you'll sit there and you'll check your phone and then that's it, and you live in your box. So we really have to sit here and think every equation
Most people
through.
won't do anything.
And if we look at every single scenario, it goes through the same thing. And the thing today with the AI situation, with Bill Gates being involved, if we know Bill Gates' track record and all of the things we saw with Bill Gates before, we saw that Bill Gates funds Monsanto, GMO foods, GMO mosquitoes. He also funded
the New York bugs.
So all of those things. So why would
Gates
he be
bugs.
involved in getting data after an event? It almost sounds like he's just getting he likes this, right? Because no normal person with a heart would sit here and say they enjoy any of this. And that's what we have to think about.
Well, I mean, clearly they enjoy total control and having just power over the world. And if you had unlimited money and power, what would you do? Because I thought of people well, they wouldn't do that. Do you know that? Do you know that? You could never know what it feels like to be in that position unless you're in that position. I would say once your thrills run out, like you're hey, I got a Lamborghini, I can race. What are they going to do next? Hunting people, literally, like those movies, where they go do that. I mean, it's going to turn into things our common mind, assuming everyone watching this has a common mind, so to speak. It would go far past I want nice clothes or do things, travel the world. It would get deep, obviously. So I don't know about the water thing. I think the 15-minute city thing is the thing, because that's funny. Because in the 48 United States, you could just leave. At first, after a while, probably not. I don't know what they're gonna do, but you could just leave, do it there, torch the whole joint, go torched earth on them, quite literally. Then They're going to come in, start buying it out. People are going to be so broke, they're not going to know what to do. They'll have probably companies under BlackRock and, you know, all that jazz come in, buying people out, buying people out, buying people out. They can't really know, oh, well, how's she here? We'll put you here, but they're not going to go off the island. Rebuild, boom. First experimental one, on and rolling. And then I don't know what they'll do from there. I'm sure they'll figure it out.
So y'all know how Walmart's been mysteriously closing. This is an abandoned Walmart. Now what does this look like to y'all?
Did y'all know that?
This is an abandoned Walmart, a closed down Walmart. What does it look like?
A closed down Walmart, bro. I don't really know what to say about that. I didn't think Walmarts were mysteriously closing. If you guys know about that, let me know. I thought the only Walmarts I've heard about closing is because all the crime in the middle of Chicago, Los Angeles, things like that. I didn't think there was any mystery. Hey, if more shit's getting stolen and we're selling, then we're out the fucking door, bud. I don't know. I guess he's trying to say they look like prisons, this and that. We have enough prisons, so I don't. You're trying to say it's gonna be like a FEMA camp to round us up? Oof. Oof. I don't know. That's a bummer. Hopefully not. Are Walmarts closing? Let me know. I missed it. There's a Walmart in every small town in Pennsylvania, believe that. And a Dollar General in the middle of every field.
Did you hear Logan Paul stole secret UFO footage? How? He found a guy who apparently has the best UFO footage in the world, and he's never released it to anyone because he's too scared to. So he went to his house with $100,000 to make him an offer to buy the footage of him, but he wouldn't do it. So Logan had a little camera on his shirt, and he paid the guy $100,000 to just watch the video with him, and he recorded it on his shirt.
Now, are you sure this isn't just Logan Paul getting faked out again, like with the Pokemon cards?
I would say yes, but this is coming from like the top UFO guy. Gave Logan Paul the lead. But it is Logan Paul.
Logan Paul could potentially be the biggest national threat to the United States right now.
Yeah, that information could change.
That dude cracks me up. My man's co-host is a riot. He's always saying some goofy shit. I didn't hear about that. I don't know. If that's the case, then why don't he release his shit? Like, is that all hearsay? What are we talking about? There's not a whole lot to say about that. Did or he didn't he? Or did he or didn't he? And if he did, let's fucking get a look at it there, fucking Slappy. What the hell are you doing?
Wait a minute.
This gonna get you.
Okay, Tex.
When salt is applied, it dissolves into separate sodiums and chloride ions that disrupt the bond between water molecules. As the ions loosens, hydrogen bonds, the ice melts into water. Salt melts water. This is a frozen wave from Antarctica. These are photos of frozen waves in Antarctica.
And there was a guy surfing there. Give me a break.
Water just freezes in time. I mean, the real question is, if salt melts water and the ocean is made of pure salt, how does it freeze?
Oh, man. What? Have you ever thought about that? I never thought about that. How does it freeze? Obviously, you salt the sidewalk to melt snow. Turns to water. So how does it freeze? How did I get so many scientific videos up in this little run? There certainly was not a guy surfing there, for one. In Antarctica. That's wild. I don't know. I don't know if that's a conspiracy, but it's like, I'm too dumb to understand the reasoning behind it. I'm sure there is, though. So I don't know. I can't speculate. Me and old Tex here, neither one of us know. Fucking A. Last video, feel good video of the day. Loosen up from a little bit. That really did get my noodle going there. Those last couple. This is hilarious, dude. Buckle up for this.
We could go to Montana. I want to, but I can't.
What the hell?
Peter. Look, calm down. We're just friends.
Never really know
Not PETA. I never thought he would do Lois like that, or Lois would do PETA like that. That's crazy. Oh, man. All right. That's the video. Thank you guys for sticking around. That video there was by a page named Heavenly Dolls, I think it is, on TikTok, and it's hilarious. Go ahead and scroll through that. It'll crack you up if you thought that was funny anyways. I got all kinds of shit over there. If you didn't subscribe at the beginning, please just go ahead and do that. It only takes 2 seconds. Like the video if you liked it. If you didn't like it, just keep it moving, bro, because I don't want no beef with you, okay? All right. That's all, folks.